So when it comes to MD5, so we have 3 different lines of effort. We have the education portfolio, we have the collaboration portfolio, and then we have the acceleration portfolio. So education is a workforce development program where we're trying to work directly with the DOD to help them understand, like the actual warfighters, like the service members, the civilians that work for the department, to help them understand that innovation isn't just a catchphrase. It's actually an entire new way of thinking. So we actually have programs where we're teaching them tools, and even like our own version of like a lean canvas that we're calling the mission model canvas and design thinking, right? So there are a number of things we're trying to inject that that DNA into the department. The collaboration portfolio is where you see a lot of active engagement. So some of you may be familiar with programs like Hacking for Defense or other sort of programs. So those all fall within our collaboration. Then the acceleration, my mandate as acceleration portfolio manager is to find companies that could possibly be viable dual-use ventures. Dual-use meaning defense business, and I'll even take any business outside of defense. It doesn't even have to be commercial for it to, for me to be interested in it. But if you can get some business from DOD with your product and some other business, then we have set up a number of programs and services designed to help you move through to become an actual provider to DOD. And we partner with like Founder Institute, Techstars, Mass Challenge. We're partnering with different universities for maker spaces. But one of the things that's been really interesting is kind of working with AFWorks and with Warren and his team on kind of reshaping SBIR. So just to give context of what we're doing versus kind of what everyone else is doing, is if you look at like your standard SBIR, I think it's like a 6-volume application with like a 20-page technical volume, and I think the see, I'm sure I'm not a contracting officer, and I think the it's either 6-month performance and then either 3 months to 6 months of reporting, depending upon what agency you're with. So what we've done is we have now turned that into, okay, we just need to see a 5-page technical volume and a 15-page pitch deck. Okay, that's the application, okay? And then from the actual performance standpoint, now we're not doing 150,000, but we'll do 75,000, 2 months of performance, 1 month reporting, so a 3-month total period, and then you can start to apply for a phase 2, which is up to $750,000. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to shorten that cycle because, listen, $75,000 is nice, but that's not going to get you a year. That's not going to get enough runway for you to be able to actually do some of the things you need to do without having to go find external financing. And the problem is that a lot of these companies that we're working with are hardware companies, which by nature VCs tend to want to really focus on software. So it's a harder game if you're in the hardware business. And so we're trying to shorten things up and just trying to make it easier for the companies to get through. And then once we get them in, then, hey, you know what? Hey, we have some seats at Founder Institute. Why don't you do that? Hey, listen, why don't you apply to Mass Challenge? We got some seats there. Why don't you apply to a Techstars program? Hey, we have some maker spaces that you can help maybe do some rapid prototyping, right? So we're trying to develop a full service platform to really help these companies get all the way to viability. And as our director likes to say, at MD5, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create an insurgency inside of DOD. And innovation insurgency is really what we're trying to do.